It's a spooky Halloween weekend, guys. We've got 10 different fixtures to predict. I'm excited. We've got our Halloween colours on. Well, that could be a little bit darker, but we're putting an effort here, you know?
I tell you what, I love that scary Halloween mask you're wearing.
What do you mean? I'm not wearing a mask.
Oh, sorry about that, mate. Changing the subject quickly, last week, 4 points to Thogdad, 6 points to Pieface. What a legend he is. 7 points to this mug.
I've won it again. I've done it again. Well, not again.
The first time this season.
I think I've done it once before. It's been a difficult week. I'm backing myself. Halloween's full of surprises. Let's get on to the first game, which is...
And the first game is Raid Shadow Legends, Theo.
What do you mean?
We've got a brand deal. Have a look at this.
Our time has come. We've been summoned by the gods to do a little partnership with the Raid Boys. Now, you can scan the QR code in the corner or go download the app. First link in description. This is the best mobile game out there. You just have a laugh. You can go into PvP arena battles, fight with your legends, and check out this beast, Sir Galaroth, Guardian of Arcane Keep. He can be tricky if you're not ready. His main mechanic and his basic attack, it deals a ton of extra damage at any champion without buffs. So your main mission is to keep AoE buffs on your team at any cost.
The thing I like about this game is you can make a clan, so there's gonna be a Thogdad clan. Are you gonna join it?
You're kidding. How do you know how to make clans on this game,
Hey
Dan?
Theo, I know how to play these games.
That's an unbelievable scene. So if you get there early, you might be able to get in the Thogdad clan. The best thing about that, you can get more weekly rewards if you join a clan as well. This is the best opportunity to start. You get a free hero, you get in Thogdad's clan. They've got something new in the raid game, which is a Halloween event, which is absolutely epic, so make sure you're involved in that. And if you start with our link, you get a free legend on your team. It's insane. He's a beast. New players will get an epic hero who is so good at the Doom Tower. You also get 200k silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and an ancient shard with it. To find these rewards, go click here. Link in the description or scan the QR code in the corner. It's gonna, I'm gonna put it right there next to Thogdad. It's Thogdad's friend for the day.
Right, Theo, who is the guest this week?
We've got Mikey Cobbin.
Hey, Mikey, what a ledge.
He used to be into music and stuff. You may have known him from that, but he's transitioning to football, and we need the Thogden army to go subscribe to him. Support the boy, he's a great lad.
Hello lads, thank you so much for having me back on. Prem predictions, I'm buzzing for today, and I'm really hoping that Thogdad finally gets knocked off his pedestal at the top, alright? Me and Theo are coming for him this week.
Right, the first game is Leicester versus Arsenal.
Hey, that's my thing.
Yeah,
Leicester City against Arsenal, 9th against 10th. These are two teams who won last week. They've got identical records in the league. And Leicester, James Maddison, finally showing up, isn't he?
Yeah, James Maddison. Everybody's bought Jamie Vardy on FPL thinking he'd have an absolute worldie, and he did nothing.
Yeah.
And I was part of that trend, so I'm gutted. But I captained Salah, so shh. Arteta's turned it round.
Absolutely. 6 games unbeaten for Arsenal after a really poor start. There's 2 form teams here.
But all competitions 10.
Oh, fair enough.
After this game. That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
But Leicester, they're back on form. They're winning games. Beat Brentford, which is never easy, at their own grounds. New stadium, they try to create atmosphere. Arsenal had that problem. Leicester beat them. Do you think this is another win for the Foxes on board?
Do you know what? I'm impressed by the way Arsenal are playing at the moment. I think they're going to be very, very hard to beat. And you know what? I'm just going to sit on the fence. 1-1 in this one.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the fence too. I'm looking for that bonus point. As you know, if we predict more than 4 goals, you get 1 more point if you get it right, of course. So it could be a 4-pointer. 2-2 draw. Yeah, I can't decide between the two. A lot of people saying Leicester 2-1. Maybe Mikey will. Let's go over to it.
So my first prediction, Arsenal versus Leicester at the King Power. I think that Leicester are just that bit stronger than Arsenal, especially this season. Arsenal found a bit of form, but I don't think it's going to count for anything this weekend. So my prediction is Leicester 2, Arsenal 1, Jamie Vardy and Yuri Tielemans to get on the score sheet. It's happening. It's happening.
Burnley of Lancashire against Brentford of London. It's 18th against 12th. Now Burnley, they haven't won, Theo, since April 2021 in the league. But Burnley fans are smiling because of Maxwell Cornet, aren't they?
They're smiling because of him, but then their smile stops because they still haven't won.
Yeah.
3 points is all that matters at the end of the day. A 1-0, how Burnley used to do it. What happened to that? It's great having Cornet scoring goals, but I'm sure they'd rather a Tarkowski header in the 85th minute to win 1-0, some scrappy result. You know what I mean?
That is true, but Brentford have lost the last 2. My question to you, Theo, is this a relegation fight for Brentford, or will they be solidly mid-table?
Dad, how I see it, Brentford are a solid team, okay? When I look head-to-head, and they haven't played in a while, since 2016 I think, Burnley have won the last 4 head-to-head matches. On paper, this is where the winless streak ends. Simple as that. Brentford at home is a very winnable fixture. They've done it in the past with their 4 head-to-head record, winning all the games. Sean Dyche managed 2 of them, even though it was in the Championship back in 2016. But it's still good for their history. Going into the match, for the mentality, it's important. Will they win it?
I don't think they will. I'll tell you why. Brentford away from home, 1-2 drawn, 2 lost. None they're beaten away from home.
Right.
I'm going to sit on the fence again. I think Burnley will sneak a goal from somewhere. I think Brentford are the better team this season.
Yeah.
1-1 draw.
3 wins in a row away from home against some solid teams as well. That West Ham one was iconic. I'm going to sit on the fence as well with a 1-1 draw. Loads of draws knocking about. Mikey, will you make it a triple?
Second game, Burnley versus Brentford. Now, at the start of the season, you would have thought this might be a relegation 6-pointer. Maybe it won't be this year, especially not for Brentford because they look pretty strong. But I think it's going to be a good game. I think Burnley have been alright so far this season, and I think they're pretty evenly matched when it comes to these sorts of games where it's a bit, you know, bit of a grinding result you're looking for. So I'm going to go with Burnley 2, Brentford 2.
Liverpool against Brighton and Hove Albion second against fifth. 2 teams in European places. Now Liverpool 27 goals in 9 games. Only 1 team in the top 5 leagues has done better. Who is it?
It has to be Bayern Munich.
Oh yeah, you got it.
But they were crap against Gladbach. They never do well when they go to Gladbach Stadium. I want to go to the next fixture because that was just mental. But going back to Liverpool, I've got a question for you.
Yeah, go on.
Mo Salah, best player in the world?
Yes. Next question.
Is he a captain in FPL?
Yes, he is. All season long unless he gets injured.
Hold on. Triple captain?
Not yet, no. Wait for a double game week.
Are you sure? Because he'll just get dropped and then he'll drop
positive.
a stinker dog.
Wait for a double game week. It's a long season.
You're a mug. That's all I've got to say. That's it. No more questions. What's your prediction?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed by the likes of Naby Keita, Henderson at the moment. Can you even see Brighton scoring a goal in this game?
Maybe one. I think a 3-1 is possible. But I'm going to go for Liverpool 3-0. I think the form they're in is just incredible. Mo Salah is likely to get 2 contributions. Week in, week out in the Premier League, nothing's going to stop Klopp and the Salah boys.
Absolutely, Theo. Liverpool unbeaten in the last 19 games in the league. Yeah. That is absolutely incredible. I'm going to go 3-0. Brighton have kind of lost their way a little bit.
Do you see Origi's cup goal against Preston?
Superb. I saw it live. It was outrageous.
Wait, you were there?
Well, I was sat on that sofa over there with a beer.
Whoa! As you always do, scream down the house.
I think Thogman was banging on the wall. But Mikey Cobham, what do you think, mate?
It is Halloween after all.
Liverpool versus Brighton then, and I mean, let's be honest, right? Liverpool are stupid. They're almost too good. So, I'm sorry, Brighton fans. I love Brighton. I love the place, but I think that Liverpool have this in the bag. I'm going to go Liverpool 4, Brighton 1.
Manchester City against Crystal Palace, 3rd against 15th. Man City only a couple of points off the lead. Only concede 4 goals all season. Surely this is a big, big home win there.
City out the Carabao Cup. That's the first thing we've got to speak about. They've got an opportunity now to focus on the Premier League and the Champions League. First of all, I think this is a very winnable fixture for Manchester City. But can they win the Premier League? Are they more likely now with less cup games on their fixture schedule?
It's turning into a brilliant season. It's a 3-horse race, isn't it, Theo? I think Chelsea have been magnificent, Liverpool have, and so have Man City. I think it's brilliant for the league.
I know.
Oh, but Crystal Palace, Theo, Benteke should have won it last week, shouldn't he?
I know. Palace have 4 draws in a row now. Will they continue that run? I mean, City away, surely they're not going to get away with any points.
I'm sorry, no chance here. I'm going to go 3-0 to Manchester City.
I completely agree. Manchester City 3-0. The exact same as what I said for the Liverpool game. Foden's on fire. Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Gabriel Jesus. The list could go on all day. This is the thing about City. So much squad depth. I can't see any other result.
And over to you, Mikey.
Now, Man City at home, I think they're just ridiculous, aren't they? I mean, they're one of the best teams in the world, but I don't think they're as strong as teams like Liverpool. I know they beat Chelsea this season, but I think in the overall table at the end, I think Chelsea are going to pip them to the top. They're controversial, that, isn't it? My results for this weekend though, I think Man City are going to win it 3-1. They don't seem as strong as they were last season, City, so I think they will be conceding a goal to Palace. But, I mean, they're too strong. They're too strong. They're going to beat Palace, in my opinion. So Man City 3, Palace 1.
Newcastle United in 19th against Chelsea, top of the league. Now, Newcastle no wins all season. They can't spend the Saudi money until January. Surely they're going to get tanked by Chelsea.
Probably. Because, you know, these Saudi owners are going to be looking at the team until January, like you said, and thinking, God, we've got to sort it out.
Yeah.
But Chelsea have just come off a 7-0 battering on Norwich in the Premier League. That usually doesn't happen. A scoreline like that in the Prem. I don't know. Maybe it's Norwich just absolutely stinking it up, but you've got to give some credit to Mason Mount, Reece James, Chilwell, Loftus-Cheek, and practically every player that was on the pitch. Hudson-Odoi, to name another. If they continue the form like they do, this is going to be at least 3-0 Chelsea for me.
I tell you what, Chelsea are playing sensational football as a unit, aren't they? But Mason Mount, you're going to bring him into your fantasy football theory?
No, because I've got Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
Very annoying. Got 0 contributions in the Prem, but he scored in the Cup midweek. And I think he'll be leading the line at Newcastle. And in my opinion, I reckon he'll come away with maybe a goal or something. So I'm going to keep him in my fantasy team. He won't be my captain because Mo Salah's the best player in the world, probably. So yeah.
Absolutely. Loads of Newcastle fans want us to go to that game, but we're going off to Portsmouth to see Bolton. Newcastle 0, Chelsea 2 for me.
Yeah, I've gone 3-0. Over to Mikey, the Bristol boy.
Newcastle versus Chelsea, the oil money. Well, that's not really oil, is it? One of them's human rights issues money versus oil money. It's going to be a big game, I think, for Newcastle. If they win it, then it's going to really elevate them and they're going to try and push on. But I still think that relegation could loom for this season unless they invest heavily in January. But Chelsea, as I said before, they're too strong. I think that the Premier League is theirs this year. It's between them and Liverpool. So my prediction for this is Newcastle 0, Chelsea 3.
And for Watford against Southampton, 14th against 16th, it's a relegation dogfight. But massive respect to Watford. They've hit 10 points after 9 games. That's an important milestone. If you carry on like this, you will stay up.
Ranieri comes in, they lose 5-0 to Liverpool, they beat Everton 5-2. I think he just loves the number 5. Ranieri's a nutty manager. There's going to be, a Halloween weekend and Ranieri being the gaffer in the game, there's going to be some mental result. Come back to this at the end of the weekend, and that will have been the most nutty game out there.
This is the sort of game, you look at it after 38 games, this could decide who stays up. It's that important, this game.
Yeah, but having said all that, spooky, even though I'm predicting for an absolutely crazy spooky result, I'm still going to sit there and say 1-1.
Yeah.
Because I still believe both of these teams will not want the other team to bounce away from each other and get 3 points. It might be quite cagey. Do you know what I mean?
I do know, Theo. Last 2 games, Southampton 1 win, 1 draw. That is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think they'll be flirting with relegation all season. And you know what? Because of Josh King.
Will he bounce
by the way, is he in your fantasy team?
No. Will he bounce on, or is he just a 1-week wonder?
He's a very good player, Theo, and I'm delighted for him and what he did last week. You know what? Watford are going to win this one 2-1.
You reckon 2-1?
Yes.
I've gone for a 1-1 draw. Over to the Bristol City fan, Mikey Cobbin. What are you going for?
Watford versus Southampton, then the cycling GK versus Southampton. I'd love to see Watford win this. Every time that Ben Foster's playing, obviously I want to see him win it. So I think they will this week as well. I don't think Southampton are particularly strong. That new guy, Brozier, I think his name is, he looks pretty decent. And he looks like he's had a pretty decent start to his life in the Premier League. But in my opinion, Watford are going to win this, especially at home. I think it's going to be Watford 2, Southampton 0.
Tottenham Hotspur against Manchester United. It's the game of the weekend. It's 6th against 7th. Now Spurs, I can't work them out there. They're a good team who play good football. Very tight at the back, but they're just not scoring goals, are they?
I can't work it out. Tottenham, at home, have won, out of the last 5 games, they won 4 of them.
Yes.
That's actually quite good.
Yeah.
It's just away from home, especially in London, they can't come away with any points. It's weird, isn't it?
Now, talking about can't understand, Manchester United 1 point in the last 4 Premier League games. They've got all that incredible talent, but they're just not managed properly, are they, Theo?
Their away record was finished by Leicester.
Yeah.
Having said that, if you actually look at their away record, head-to-head going to Tottenham, they've won 3 of the last 4. So they actually do well in this encounter, but it's how they're going to do under the circumstances with Ole, and I know they've had a bit of a break maybe to reconciliate, and apparently Ronaldo's just taken over and being the boss now. I don't even know what's going on in there, but what's going to happen?
I reckon Cristiano will get the players together in the dressing room and he'll say, we will not be embarrassed one more time.
Seriously?
I think it's player power. But players in that dressing room should be really embarrassed over the last few weeks. And all the attention, all the pressure's gone on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But those players should go out there and win.
Do you think your GOAT can sort this out?
I think he can, but I think he won't, because I think Tottenham Hotspur will win this one 2-1.
Real GOAT, just had to show the people. Where's your Ronaldo shirt from, Dad?
No,
you don't have one?
I don't have one.
Well, you're not going to have United shirt.
Until he plays for Bolton, I'm not going to have one.
Well, why don't you just buy a Portugal one?
Yeah, I could, couldn't I?
Yeah, Portugal's alright. I'm going to be straight up. Ronaldo will score, but they're not going to win.
Yeah.
Neither will Tottenham for me. I'm sitting on the fence here, going for that extra point with a 4-goal thriller, 2-2 draw. It's going to be a Christmas cracker, and it ain't even Christmas, it's Halloween. There might be a spooky own goal in there.
Yeah.
I put it out there, there's going to be an own goal in this match.
Wow, that is a big shout. But over to you, Mikey.
It's Spurs versus Man United, a massive, massive game for both Nuno and for Ollie. I think if Ollie loses this, Ollie's out the job. I mean, let's be honest with it. That's the situation. In my opinion, it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be cagey. I think United are going to pip them. I'm going to say Tottenham 1, Manchester United 2, Cristiano Ronaldo, 83rd minute bullet header, and that's it. That's going to be them. Ollie's going to Solskjaer is going to keep his job until next week when he inevitably loses then. But
And now for a massive Halloween relegation tussle. It is Norwich City against Leeds United, 20th against 17th. Norwich, 2 goals all season, 2 points all season, but occasionally they can grind out a 0-0 draw, can't they, Theo?
First of all, happy Halloween. It's Sunday now. We're going on to the Sunday fixtures.
We are, yeah. Trick or treat, Theo?
Trick.
You're right.
Ow! Oh, Dad, you mug! What were you going to do if I said treat? You don't have any sweets here.
I'll go through and get a chunky Kit Kat.
No, well, you could have, yeah.
Theo, I don't understand Norwich. I don't understand the way they spent that 50 million. They spent it very badly. They look absolutely woeful.
Yeah.
And Leeds will go into this game. Gelhardt, Theo, the 19-year-old, he came on against Wolves and he earned that penalty.
He's literally facing the worst goal difference the Premier League has ever seen at this point.
Yes.
It's nearly as bad as... It's on the same level as Sheffield Wednesday 99-00 season. Do you remember that?
I do, and that was shocking. I'm going to get straight to my prediction. Norwich 0 because they never score.
Right.
Leeds United 1. They'll find it from somewhere, probably Rodrigo.
Norwich 1 because they never score, and Leeds 2. I'm serious.
Yeah. Well, that is a very big shout. Over to you, Mikey.
so on to Sunday, Norwich versus Leeds. Leeds have a terrible start to the season in reality. I don't think they're going to do particularly well this season, especially with the second season syndrome, which seems to have set in. But Norwich, to me, are going down. I mean, they're going to be lucky if they win a game this season, let's be honest. So, in my opinion, I'm going to say it's Norwich 0, Leeds 1.
Aston Villa against West Ham United, 13th against 4th. Theo, do you want a Thogdad fact?
I thought you were going to ask for a trick or treat, but yes, I want a Thogdad fact.
Okay, here comes a Thogdad fact. Now, Danny Ings, who plays for Aston Villa, has played 11 times against West Ham for several teams. He's won none, he's scored none. That's a Thogdad fact. Aston Villa started the season reasonably, but now they're really missing the creativity, the genius of Jack Grealish, aren't they?
They are.
Will they get sucked into a relegation tussle? I'm not sure. I think they'll be mid-table this season. But West Ham, Theo, I've been so impressed by them.
I'm going to sit on the fence here and say 1-1, but I was so close to going to 2-1. I actually think they're going to run away with it.
Well, I actually disagree with you. I'm going for Aston Villa 1, West Ham 2. The West Ham that I've been watching recently is absolutely superb, and this is another win for them.
Yeah, most people do predict that. Antonio as well. He's probably going to score, isn't he?
Yeah, but what do you think, Mikey?
And on to the other game on Sunday, Aston Villa versus West Ham. I think these two are fairly evenly matched. Obviously, West Ham kind of had momentum at the minute. They've been the standout team, really, out of all the London lot. Let's be completely real. They've been unbelievable for the last year and a half, especially with David Moyes. And I can see them winning it, but in reality, I don't think Villa are going to let that happen at Villa Park. So I'm going to say it's going to be Aston Villa 1, West Ham United 1.
And the final game is Wolverhampton Wanderers against Everton, 11th against 8th. This is a story of two teams with different form. Wolverhampton Wanderers have really bounced back, haven't they, Theo? What do you think about Hwang?
He was in my fantasy team on the bench, so I know exactly how it feels. I'm keeping a big eye on him. I'm not dropping him again, that's all I'm going to say. Hwang Chan, I think he can score again. He's just bagging goals, isn't he?
He certainly is. And Everton embarrassed last week by Watford. Is that a one-off, Theo, or are Everton going to just slip?
It's tough, right? Because you come out of that 5-2 result, anything can happen. Rafa is a quality manager. I'd back him to sort it out. Will it happen instantly? I'm not sure. I think Wolves will win this game. They're at home. They'll be confident much more than the Toffees. I'm going 2-1, Jimenez and Hwang Chan. I think Townsend might sneak a goal for Everton, but it's going to be difficult.
That is very precise. I'm going to agree on the score. I'm actually going to go 1-0 to Wolves. I think Wolves will win this. Everton, not at the races at the moment. Look a bit tired.
But it wouldn't surprise me if they suddenly just turn up. I don't know how to work out this year, Everton. But let's go over to Mikey for the last game.
So on to Monday and Wolves versus Everton. Everton need to bounce back, really. I did a video recently speaking about Everton and the problems they faced. 5-2 against Watford was not good enough, but I think they're going to take this. Wolves, to me, just seem like a decent team, but I don't think they're strong enough to be competing with teams like Everton just yet. So in my opinion, it's going to finish Wolves 1, Everton 2. Big love to Thogden for having me on. Thanks so much, guys. Sending my love. As I said, Thog Dad, we're beating you this week, mate.
Thank you very much for joining us. I'm off to steal Theo's Halloween sweets. See you.
Dad. And whilst that mug is left, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Enjoy a few sweets on the weekend. Don't steal too many from your neighbours. And yeah, take care. Bye.